my name's Leon, firstly, and I basically head up the sales and manage the artists. But it's just me and Beth in the gallery, so we run it between us and we help each other out, do things like that. And when you asked about what artists and what makes us decide what artists come to us and what we show, it's a bit of both really. We have people come up to us and offer their work to us, and at the same time we always keep an eye out and an ear out for what's going on the scene, and if we see things we like, see up and coming artists, then we try and bring them on board and help them out as much as we want. I mean, obviously we are a commercial gallery, so we all have to earn a living, so it is sales based, but at the same time it's important to try and get a healthy mix so that you're crossing over helping up and coming artists and helping the scene on that level, as well as sort of, you know, paying the bills and making sure you just get a healthy mix of the two. For example, this Buff Monster show is a primary market show, so it means we're working with an artist through another gallery in LA which represents him. D-Face has just put on a show over at Corrie Helford, so in return they've sort of provided us with one of their artists to basically put on his first solo show in London and open up his market to a new crowd, which is very important for an artist in their early career. It's all networking, you're constantly networking in this industry, just making relationships and then working off each other. So they scratch your back and you scratch theirs, sort of thing. But with the sales sort of thing, the norm is that if you put on a show with an artist, the artist takes 50% of the sales and then the gallery takes 50%, and that's the norm really. So that's the level you're working at. I mean, we're always keeping an eye out for the artists that we have on board and always trying to promote them. So we always help them and support them if they want to go and do projects abroad. If they want to go to, say, Miami and do a mural in Miami or do a few pieces for the art fair in Miami, then we're all open to that. And if there's a gallery that will pick them up and put a few pieces on their stand, for example, then we'll have discussions about breakdown and sales. But more importantly, it's about our artists getting exposure elsewhere, so they become international rather than just based in England or London. Our artists sort of generally have a crossover. I mean, a lot of them are from, you know, are known from doing work in the streets, and they've brought their work inside a gallery, and it's a skill to be able to do that successfully, because obviously it's a completely different ball game. I mean, work in the street isn't always successful when it's brought inside a gallery, so you have to adapt to that and adapt slightly to people's needs and what they want, you know what I mean, rather than being completely free to express themselves out in the street. But it's really important that they can still go and do that and still have that element of work, so people can refer to what they do out there and what they do inside. I mean, London's one of the strongest art scenes in the world, and that's everyone knows that. I mean, you've got places like New York, and obviously New York is a very strong market, and you've got, you know, Far East as well picking up. I mean, things are strong in Japan and China, and people want to show in London, and if you can sort of get on board and get successful in London, then, you know, people are going to be open to you going elsewhere. I mean, oh, like, he's made it in London, that's a big deal, that sort of thing. But it's a strong art. The art scene in general is very strong over here, very strong. I mean, London's the place to be really in terms of the UK. We all know that, and worldwide, everyone knows it as a top player.